Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, Real Walk. I'm your host, Brother Bill. We are in Gallery Carter. My good friend Roger Carter is doing a one-man show at Gallery Gashard later on this month, and he invited us in to sit down and kind of see some of what he had going on, and we decided we'd do a few shows while we were here. By now, everyone has heard that Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna died in a helicopter crash. When I first learned of his passing, I thought it was a joke or a mistake. Like everyone else, I found out it was real. In the hours and days after Kobe's passing, I was amazed at how people were showing their grief. Sometimes you never know how much a person really means to you until they're gone. I saw a lot of posts that express we should love our loved ones while we can. We all took a moment to kind of reflect that life is short and tomorrow, not even the next minute, is promised. Then I saw this and I thought death, the fear of death. Most of us, if we're honest about it, are worried about what death is like. Then I thought about the clues God has left for us regarding death. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 and 2 says, everything on earth has its own time and its own season. There's a time for birth and death, planting and reaping. And that made me think that everything has a time. Everything, you, me, our loved ones, we all have an appointed time. When we die, we will leave this body. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 6 and 8 says, so always be cheerful as long as we are in these bodies. We are away from the Lord, but we live by faith and not by sight. We should be cheerful because we would rather leave these bodies and be at home with the Lord. God is telling us when we die, we leave this shell stays here, and we go on to be with him. So where do we go when we die? Luke 23 verse 42 and 43 lays everything out for us. It says, then the man said to Jesus, remember me, Jesus, when you start to rule your kingdom. Jesus replied, I promise you today, you'll be with me in paradise. That's awesome. Today, you'll be with me in paradise. Jesus told the thief on the cross, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you covered. I thought about what Kobe could have been thinking about those last few minutes. What could he say? What could he do to save Gianna? Is there any chance that she could be spared? I know as a father, those are the things I would be thinking about. God tells us that the transition from life to death to paradise is instant. If you read further on in Luke 23, verse 46, it says, then Jesus shouted loudly, Father, I give my spirit to you. And after he shouted this, he died. The transition was instant. And I believe that everyone on that flight had the same experience. The last thing to remember is that grief is a part of mourning. And after some time passes, we will be better. We will never stop missing our loved ones, but we'll rejoice knowing that they're in paradise with the Lord. If you find yourself stuck in grief, you really should go talk to somebody that can help you process it. I know when I lost my father, it really affected me in a way that I never thought. And over time, I was able to come back from that. So don't mourn and don't wallow in grief. Let's continue to pray for Kobe's wife and daughter and the other families that have lost loved ones. With that being said, I love each and every one of you. Take that time to tell those around you that you love them. Again, I'm your boy, Bro Bill. Thanks for watching. See you next time.